I'd say it's massively specialist to your school, to your teachers and anything like that. Also the fact that the coach comes in once a week, that's not the limit of their work. They send you your email, their email address, so you can contact them with any kind of support throughout the week as well. It's been really positive, so everyone that's taken part in the PECS so far has asked to do it again next term for a different sport, which has been really positive. Obviously we want to try and get everyone to have a chance and have a go at having some kind of coaching and some kind of support in a different area, so all teachers have been emailing and saying, please can I have a go at the next one. So it's been extremely positive and also really useful as well. And I think some members of staff, the activities that they've done, say like it's been football, they've been able to use some of those activities in netball or in something else, so they've been able to adapt them from what the coaches have said. If anything, it's easier because usually the teacher would have to plan the entire lesson and make sure that it's linked to the curriculum in the appropriate ways. So whereas the coaches are doing that all for them, and they're not setting a whole lesson to do straight away. They're not saying, right, you've observed me, so straight away you're going to have to teach a whole lesson and I'm going to watch you. It's nothing like that. It's just saying, go away and have a go at teaching what I taught last week in a different way, or do a warm-up or do a cool-down. So actually the workload is considerably less, but the upskilling and the confidence has increased massively.
I can definitely say that I'm more confident than I was 12 weeks ago, particularly with the topics that Adam was challenged with teaching, which was dance and using the apparatus. I mean, they're not easy things to do at all. So when I come to teach those topics next year, I'll have far more experience and far more confidence in doing it. I've also developed a bank of activities that I can use. The activities aren't just relevant to dance or aren't just relevant to using the apparatus. I could use those activities across the spectrum of sports, and they're ones that I know the children really, really enjoy. So Adam was always very contactable. He came in and did a pre-visit where we spoke through what we might be doing and what we've got coming up and how I felt about that session. Then he came in and we worked through a really helpful folder where he asked me to complete a questionnaire that looked at my strengths and my weaknesses and how he can help me with that. We then looked at the planning and decided what we're going to do, where he thinks we should take this, and then Adam started by teaching the first lesson. I had the pleasure of watching him do that, and I learned a wealth of new activities, many of which I'm still using now with my next topics. I mean, I've obviously got my area of expertise. If Adam came into an English or a maths class, I'm sure there's a lot I could tell him, but he's clearly very, very knowledgeable about sports, and there was a lot that I could learn. He was always very understanding and very polite in the way that he did it. It really was mentoring as opposed to being told what to do, so it was always a discussion, and it was a joint decision for the targets and how we would go forward from there. In the sessions, he had a really kind, gentle manner with the children, and as well with my teaching, he wasn't overly critical and was really supportive. Having somebody with me every week, it was real. You respond to the problems that happen at that point in those lessons. Courses I've been on before, yes, they can be great, but generally it's not as personalised a project as it is having somebody in with you each week.